I can't do it. Don't make me.
It's not that bad. And if you don't do it, we won't win. We all have to participate.
Hold on there, Carter. She has to make her own decision, and no one can make it for her.
But it can't be that bad. Adults can't give you poison.
I can't. Don't make me.
Why don't you try first, Carter, and then maybe Isabella will be brave enough after you. 1, 2, 3.
How was it? Was it scary? I can't believe it was only pretzels.
This reminds me of my friend Esther in the Bible. She was married to a king but wasn't allowed to talk to him without his permission. She was scared too.
That's rude. My mom wouldn't put up with that.
Most women these days wouldn't either, but Esther didn't have a choice. Unfortunately, Esther's family was in danger, and if she didn't want to talk to the king, terrible things were going to happen to them. She had to find the courage to approach the king.
Was she brave enough?
I'm sure Gigi will tell you all about it later, but you're going to have to wait.
Aw, man, I don't want to wait.
Breaking news from Jerusalem Central. Queen Vashti has been banished from seeing the king forever. The king's men are requesting, actually demanding, that every available young woman come to the palace and enter a contest to see who the next queen will be. Birdbrain Betty is at the palace now.
Dixie, there is a lot of commotion going on at the palace right now. Queen Vashti has been banished, which means she will never be able to see the king again. Young women are entering the kingdom now to get ready for the contest. King Xerxes will pick one of these women to be the next queen. I can't believe my eyes. Our friend Esther is joining the line. I'm going to see if there is a secret entrance to get a closer look.
Thank you, Betty. We will continue to track this story as it develops. Meanwhile, there are still rumors of someone trying to hurt the king. If you have any information that might lead us to these villains, please call Mordecai, Esther's uncle, at 888-555-5555. This is Dixie reporting to you live from Jerusalem Central.
Hello and welcome to the lab. I'm Professor T, and I have a couple helpers with me today. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Who do we have over here?
I'm Blake.
Blake, good to have you here. Who do we have on this side? Bella. Oh, it's good to have you here, Bella. Do you guys see what I have in front of me here today?
Balloons.
Balloons. Have you guys ever played with balloons before?
All the time.
Is it fun?
Yeah.
It is a lot of fun. So, grab a balloon in front of you and grab a skewer. Do you guys notice how these skewers are very sharp?
Yeah.
What are skewers usually used for? Yeah, for food. We're supposed to put food on these. But today, we're gonna put a balloon on a skewer. So, take your skewer and put it through your balloon. Oh! Put it, All right. Does that work? No. All right, but we're gonna try something. So I have some dish soap here, all right? So we're gonna open up the dish soap, and we're all gonna get some dish soap on our skewers, just like that, all right? So go ahead and dip your skewer in there. Very nice. Go ahead and dip your skewer in there. Oh, there you go. Very good. And what we're gonna do, everyone grab another balloon. There you go. And right down here at the bottom, we're gonna put our skewer right through the balloon. Whoa, we made it through. All right, and then go to the other side. And we're gonna put it through the other side. Oh, we made it through. Well done. Well done. Belle, you wanna try one more time? All right, try one more time. You got it right through the bottom there. Oh, you got it! All right, go through the other side. Oh, she's almost got it. Oh, she got it! Yeah! Man, it takes a little bit of courage sometimes because we don't like balloons popping in our face, do we? No. But we did it, right? And it reminds me of Esther. Esther had a lot of courage. We can remember to have courage, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining me in the lab today. I'm Professor T. We'll see you next time.
Breaking news from Jerusalem Central. King Xerxes has chosen our friend Esther to be his queen. The ceremony was beautiful. Bird Brain Betty has an update.
Hi, Dixie. There has been so much excitement here at the palace. Not only was there a wedding and a new queen, Mordecai, Esther's uncle, exposed 2 men plotting to kill the king.
Wow, Betty, that sounds dangerous.
They were caught just in time. That's the good news, Dixie. Unfortunately, I have very bad news that involves many of our friends and Queen Esther herself. Wicked Haman tricked the king into hurting the Jewish people in just a few weeks. The king doesn't realize that his new queen is a Jew and the Jewish people are not against him.
Betty, we have to warn Mordecai, Esther's uncle.
He already knows. In fact, he got in touch with Esther and told her to go to the king and ask for help. Do you know what happens if you go to the king without being invited?
Unfortunately, I do, Betty. She could be banished just like Vashti, or even worse.
Queen Esther has asked all of us to fast and pray for 3 days. Please get the word out. I'll keep in touch.
We are in a state of emergency, folks. We need to fast and pray for Esther to have the courage to talk to the king. This is Dixie reporting live from Jerusalem Central.
All right, you ready for the memory verse?
Yes.
All right, this is found in Joshua chapter 1, verse 9. So we're going to say it, and we're also going to do some actions with it. So repeat after me. Say, be strong and courageous.
Strong and courageous.
Do not be afraid.
Do not be afraid.
Do not be discouraged.
Do not be discouraged.
For the Lord your God
For the Lord your God
is with you.
is with you.
Joshua 1:9.
Joshua 1:9.
That was really good. You guys want to do it one more time?
Sure.
All right. Be strong and courageous.
Strong and courageous.
Do not be afraid.
Do not be afraid.
Do not be discouraged.
Do not be discouraged.
For the Lord your God
For the Lord your God
is with you.
is with you.
Joshua 1:9.
Joshua 1:9.
Great job, everybody. Now we're gonna head outside and we're gonna smash some ice blocks with some hammers. You ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
Dizzy the Bee here, bringing you facts about lions. I buzzed over to the zoo the other day and found out some interesting information. I wanted to find out some information about lions because they seem really brave and courageous like Esther. Lions usually live in groups of 10 or 15 animals called prides. It's like a big family. Do you hear that roar? That is the male lion, and you can hear his roar from 5 miles away. Both male and female eat a lot of meat and share it with their baby cubs after they hunt all day. Most of them can weigh up to 400 pounds. But the heaviest one I know about was 826 pounds. The females do most of the hunting while the men protect their pride. Usually, lions live between 12 to 16 years, unless they live in a zoo. They can live up to 25 years in captivity. Have you ever heard a lion called the King of the Jungle? That came from a book. They usually don't live in the jungle. They live in the desert or grasslands. Just like house cats, lions sleep most of the day. Some of them sleep up to 20 hours a day. That sounds like my friend Dixie. She loves to sleep. Lions are really fast and can run up to 50 miles per hour. They don't run very often unless they are chasing their dinner. They can jump really far too. An average lion can leap up to 36 feet. That's crazy. Let's talk about one more thing. That beautiful mane that looks like a fancy hairdo. The thicker the mane, the more popular with the ladies. The older lions have darker manes than the younger ones. Lions are the only cats that have manes. Well, that's all I have for now. Those courageous lions sure are interesting. Thanks for joining me. I'm Busy the Bee.
Breaking news from Jerusalem Central. Esther was courageous. She approached the king and he allowed her to speak. After having 2 banquets for the king and wicked Haman, she told the king about the evil plot. The king couldn't change the first announcement, but he made another that the Jewish people could fight back if anyone tried to hurt them. Mordecai told Esther that maybe she was made queen for such a time as this. Do you have courage to stand up for what's right? Sometimes it might be a little scary, but with God's help, you can have courage too. This is Betty reporting live from Jerusalem Central.
Hello, boys and girls. This is Duke, and I'm Miss Stephanie, and we're here to cook some food for you. Are you ready, Duke?
I'm so excited, Miss Stephanie. I love to cook with you.
Yes, I love to cook with you too. So you know we're talking about Esther, right? And so when she went to go talk to the king, she waited until he ate his snack and ate his food, that his belly was full and he was happy.
Oh, I'm always happier with a full belly.
Me too. And when is mom happiest? When we eat junk food or when we eat healthy food?
Well, my mom's happier when we eat healthy food.
I agree. So today we're gonna have donuts, but so that mom likes them too, they're apple donuts.
Oh, that's a good idea, but is it gonna taste good?
Oh, it's gonna taste delicious. Let's make them and then we can try them and find out how good they are.
Okay, let's try it.
All right, so we're gonna start with some apples, okay? So we already have our apples cut up. So we cut them into little circles like this and cut out the middle so it looks like a donut. There's
Oh, it looks like a flying saucer.
Oh my goodness, Duke! We're not supposed to throw food.
But it's fun.
It might be fun, but you're being a bad example for all the boys and girls who are watching.
Oh no, I didn't mean to do that.
It's okay, so we're not gonna throw food at our house, are we, Duke?
No.
No, good. I'll give you a new one. Here you go. And now we can put it right on our plates. And then the next part we're gonna do is put peanut butter. Do you like peanut butter?
I love peanut butter.
Me too. So I'm gonna give you your knife full of peanut butter and you can plop it right on your apple. Go ahead and spread it on there.
Okay, I'm gonna try it spreading my peanut butter. Peanut butter.
Perfect, that looks really good. You've got peanut butter all over there. Now I'm just gonna spread my peanut butter real quick.
You're probably gonna do a better job than I did.
Well, that's the thing about food, is it can look nice or it can look messy, but it tastes the same.
That's true, Miss Stephanie. Miss Stephanie?
Yes?
I see marshmallows.
Oh, you're right, and guess what? That's gonna be our next step.
I'm so excited.
We are going to take some marshmallows, but not too many, because we are trying to have a healthy snack.
Well, maybe just 2 more.
Maybe just 2 more. Okay.
Maybe just 2 more.
I think you've got plenty right there, Duke.
Okay.
I think he'd eat all the marshmallows if we let him, right?
Well, yeah, I would, of course.
Perfect. So how about we do some raisins?
Miss Stephanie,
Yes?
it kind of reminds me of the mess that my rabbit makes in his cage.
Oh, well, I don't really want any of those anymore either. So why don't we go on to some nuts?
Oh, that's yummy. I can find those in the woods.
Yes, nuts are good and they're tasty and they're good for you.
What's your favorite kind of nut?
I like almonds.
I like pecans, but guess what?
What?
Did you know they grow in a tree and the squirrels have to get them for me?
Oh, goodness. Does your squirrel friends help you out?
Sure.
Sure, good.
Because if they don't help me, I just eat them.
Well, they better help you then, right?
Yeah, we got an agreement.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Well, how about some chocolate chips?
Oh, I love chocolate
I
chips.
thought so. There we go. There you go. There you go.
Thanks.
You're welcome. All right. Would you like some coconut? Because I'm going to put a little bit on mine.
I really don't like coconut that much.
That's okay. Well, that looks like they're loaded full, so that looks pretty good. You can decorate them in a lot of different ways. And here are a bunch of them right here.
Oh, those look really nice.
Yeah, they look pretty tasty, huh? Do you think we should give them a little try?
I think 4 for me and 1 for you.
Perfect. That sounds good. They're pretty healthy food, so I think you can have some.
Hey, thanks, Miss Stephanie. That was fun.
Yes, it was so fun. So we hope you have fun making them at home and trying this yummy, healthy snack.
Bye, boys and girls.
We've heard a lot of exciting things from Bird Brain Betty and Dixie, but I want to read you the story right here from my Bible. This is a story about Esther. The king and queens were having a banquet. The king's banquet. Xerxes, that's the king's name, he and all of his friends had a banquet for the men. And then the women, Queen Vashti, she had a banquet for the girls. After a few days, King Xerxes wants to tell all of his friends, I want to show off my Queen Vashti. The message got to her, and Queen Vashti said no. King Xerxes didn't know what to do, and his friend says, hey, if she doesn't have to obey, then our wives are going to think that they don't have to obey either. Well, guess what? She was banished. Do you know what banished means? Banished means she wasn't allowed to see him or the kingdom ever again. He got pretty lonely because king needs a queen. So they decided to have a beauty contest, pretty much. So all of the girls in the land that weren't married entered this contest. Well, Esther, our friend, didn't really want to be queen, but she had to enter the contest because she was available and she wasn't married yet. Well, she went through all of the process, and guess what? She became queen. Well, this is very different because her life was a little different than the ones in the kingdom. She believed in God, and she was part of the Jewish people. She had an uncle named Mordecai that she lived with, and he was walking by and he heard some guys plotting to kill the king. He got word to Queen Esther. Queen Esther told the king, wrote it down in the books called the Chronicles. Well, then Haman, did you know that even today, when the Jewish people hear the name Haman, they try to make as much noise as they can because they hate to hear his name. Do you know why? Well, Haman didn't like the Jewish people. They loved God. They were just different. So he talked King Xerxes into letting the army fight the Jewish people in a few months coming up. Well, King Xerxes didn't know a whole lot about it. He really just signed the paper just to sign it. Well, Mordecai found out about it, and Mordecai was worried because remember Mordecai, Esther's uncle, and Esther, they were Jewish, but the king didn't know it. Well, Mordecai gets word to Esther once again. Well, what's Esther gonna do? She's just the queen. She can't change the king's mind. And there was a problem. The king hadn't requested her presence for a very long time. And if the king didn't request your presence, you can't just go up to him. Because if you went up to him without his permission, if he didn't want to talk to you, psh, banished like Queen Vashti. Oh man, Esther was a little stressed out. Well, she decided to tell all of her friends and family to fast and pray for 3 days. Do you know what fast means? That means don't eat, only water, and pray really hard about the situation. So, Mordecai tells her, listen, you've got to go to the king, because even if you don't go to the king, it's gonna happen. Maybe this is the reason why you're in the palace. Maybe this is the reason why you're queen. Esther decided to talk to the king and said, I would like to have a banquet for you and Haman. And so then she thought maybe she could tell the king about what was going on. She told the king what was going to happen. Well, Haman, oh man, he was really nervous because he realized that he'd been caught. Well, there's a lot more details to this story, but I can tell you the ending. The ending, the Jewish people were able to fight back and God saved them once again. There are so many details in this story, and I want you to read the rest of it with your family. Can you guys pray with me right now? We're going to pray that God gives us courage just like Esther. God, thank you so much for giving us your word and giving us all of the stories that help us build our faith. God, I ask you that you give us courage just like Esther. And when we need to stand up for you, let us be brave and let us know exactly what to say. We love you in Jesus' name, amen. There are some times that we need courage, just like Esther. Remember, read that story right here in the book, and if you want to tell us about a time that you were courageous, please tell us on Facebook or write us a note on snail mail.
Now, who's ready to taste my favorite breakfast? Worms and walnuts.
No one wants to taste that breakfast, Duke.
I'm not ready to taste that, but I'm ready to play the game.
Go for it.
Not so bad after all, huh?
No, not so bad.